Here we go. Buckle up. Click it or ticket. It is Wednesday, March 31st, 2021. I am James. You are you. We are here for the final episode in the month of March, the third month of the 2021st year. And we are going out with truly a whimper, not in terms of show quality, but in terms of the weather. Because if you're local to Montreal, Quebec, Canada, you've been enjoying a day of overcast and rain. If you thought we were going to burst into the spring and then into the summer with warmth and positivity, well, you're wrong. Because today was the harbinger of what is to come. And what's to come? Well, you're going to go to bed, unless maybe you're in bed and you're listening to my sweet vocal stylings putting you to sleep, in which case, wake up. We're going to have some fun, but you're going to wake up in the morning and you're going to be greeted with a wonderful dusting of snow. And it's only going to get worse and worse and worse. 10 to 15 centimeters. Old man winter has awoken from a temporary slumber. He has brought his wretched skeletal fingers down from the sky, and he is sprinkling snow onto us like a chef would sprinkle Parmesan cheese onto a big bowl of Chef Boyardee rigatoni. Or no, wait, they don't do rigatoni. They do ravioli. I'm getting my R pastas all mixed up here. Now I'm going to have the Boyardee people mad at me. And that's the last thing I need. Or maybe it isn't. Maybe a controversy with the Boyardee people is exactly what I need. I'm going to get an email tomorrow saying that I'm misrepresenting their line of fine products. But look, you know that this show is not off to a great start when I'm talking about weather, and then I quickly transition to the Chef Boyardee brand. Or maybe this is off to an awesome start. I'm not a big talking about weather on the show guy, certainly not a big talking about Chef Boyardee topics on the show guy, but this is where we're at. And I hope you're enjoying it because I'm having a perfectly fine time. Now, if you're asking yourself, James, how come no AMA before the show began? A couple reasons. One, nobody asks questions anymore, and that's fine. How many more times are people going to ask me my favorite local restaurant or what my most enjoyed soda is? We've all had enough. We've had enough of me. But the main reason we're starting late tonight is before this show began, I brought up in the queue of guests a hypothetical about me being at a sex party, either post or pre-COVID. Now, let's get something out of the way right here, right now. I've never been to a sex party. I don't want to go to a sex party. I've never been invited to a sex party. I don't even like going to non-sex parties, even though we all know that most parties have an underlying scent of sex in the air, unless it's maybe a wake. Is a wake considered a party? Most funerals at the end of the service, they've got sandwiches and things like that, little cut up slices of carrots and celery. And that's the way your life ends. You die and then everyone eats egg salad sandwiches. If it wasn't for funerals, there'd be no market for egg salad sandwiches. I've had enough of myself. On tonight's show, we've got Racquel Belmonte is coming back. Now, you might remember this time last week, Racquel had, shall we say, a controversial segment on this show that dealt with a variety of crude topics and unsavory imagery. Now, I've taken it upon myself to forgive Racquel and welcome her back on the show because I like Racquel. One of the only guests that's friendly to me. She's not like these other pranksters and clowns that come on here and they try to rattle my cage. Racquel's great. So we're going to give Racquel a pass on all of her, cringeworthy content from last week. I say that, but I'm worried because she's returning with a brand new crop of cartoon characters that she believes awokened her sexuality. So we'll see how this goes. We're going to get things started in just a matter of moment with, what's that? A first-time guest alert. It doesn't happen often, but when it does, the hair on the back of my neck stands. I get a little tingly because it keeps me on my toes. It's not like all these other old farts that are on here all the time. I know their tricks. You don't think I know what Dimitri is going to be up to, or this Andy Asaf guy? Sehar's coming on. I know she's going to say something off color, but by accident. Taylor McMillan comes on. She's going to mock me. This new person, and every new person who comes on, I feel like I want to put on the Ritz a little bit, because every first-time guest, well, they're a potential regular or returning guest. So why wait? Let's get things started. Our first guest comes to us from Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. Now, there ain't a lot of guests that come from Ottawa. It's not a city known for its cool things and cool people, with this person being the caveat, the outlier to that, if you will. He's a father, he's a photographer, and I've known him probably at this point for half of my life. Let's welcome to the show for the first time. His name is Jason Barker. Jason, welcome to the show, my man.
How you doing?
I'm doing very well. How does it feel to be on the glamorous website known as Twitch?
It's beautiful.
Now,
I actually like to say that if I ever have a sex party, I'll definitely invite you.
Okay, so let's get into this right now. Now, you and I have not, we openly admitted we don't know what we're going to talk about. We're just going to figure it out, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay, Jason, have you, and you can be honest, have you ever been to a sex party?
No, never.
Okay, never.
Sadly, never.
Sadly. Okay, so have you ever been at a party that it felt like there was a sexuality ruminating through the air and the vents?
Not really. They're
Yeah.
pretty tame, the parties I've been to, so no.
And much like mine, right?
Yeah.
Can I ask you, how do you think you would fare at a sex party? Because now you're married and you have kids, so it's not like you can partake.
I think it'd be really awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd just be really weird.
Now, I'm not married. I don't have kids, but I think that I would be right there with you in terms of feeling uncomfortable.
I don't think it'd be uncomfortable. I just think it'd be like, that's weird. I've never seen something like that before. First time, you know?
Now, if I ask you because I have a very vivid idea in my brain when I think of what a sex party might look like. If I ask you, what does a sex party look like to you?
Lots of balls. I expect a lot of balls to be swimming around. Yeah. Too many balls for me.
Okay, so you're projecting more balls than not balls.
Absolutely.
Right? Because if it's like we're just hypothesizing here. If it's an advertised sex party, I would suggest that probably men are going to outnumber women
greatly.
Yeah, 10-1 maybe.
Yeah, more balls than boobs, that's for sure.
More balls than boobs. Okay, so you're imagining, but you're there, and maybe I'm there. Maybe we're together. I run into you, and I say, "What are you doing here?"
Well, I don't think I'd go to an advertised sex party.
Okay. So it's not like one of those, like, when you're like walking down the street or whatever, you see like piano lessons, guitar lessons, daycare, and you
rip
pull
a little cover off.
Yeah, exactly. That's a sex party.
Yeah, I don't think I'd go to that.
Okay.
I feel like I'd have to be kind of tricked into going to a party that turns into a sex party.
So it's a ruse that you've been, it's a prank. Someone's like, hey, I'm going to this party. Do you want to join? You get there and they turn around and go, surprise, sex party.
Exactly. I feel like that's how it happened.
And you see a lot of testicles. Now, can I ask you, what do you think the room looks like? Is there a hot tub in the room?
I don't picture a hot tub, but I picture like velvet curtains covering the walls.
Okay.
Not the windows, the walls.
I pictured a bunch of curtains too. Yeah. I had imagined maybe a communal hot tub in the middle of the room.
I'm thinking a heart-shaped bed, one of those vibrating ones that you put the quarters in.
Okay, so they found one from like an old motel and we need this for the sex party.
Yeah, exactly.
We need this for the sex party. Okay, so we've gotten this whole sex party thing out of the way. Yeah. Now, before we do that, I have to ask you, do you imagine there's snacks? Are they set? Is there a strawberries with chocolate?
No, I'm thinking those little hot dogs, like when the rolls there, whatever they're called, like pigs in a blanket.
Oh, okay. So you're imagining like Super Bowl snacks. So
why not?
Yeah, there's You get to the sex party and someone's like, hey, have you noticed the snacks? And they point you to the table. You got pigs in a blanket,
cheese.
Cheese. Probably, when like the cheese has been out for a while, it's room temperature, so it's like there's like condensation on it.
It's the wet cheese. I hate that.
Mini egg rolls, jalapeno poppers, mozzarella sticks.
There's got to be dip, some kind of spinach dip.
Yeah, like a variety of dips. You got the artichoke dip, maybe some hummus.
Absolutely, yeah.
Is hummus the least sexy of the dips?
No, I like hummus. I'm not a dip kind of guy, but I like hummus.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're willing to go out on a limb and say a hummus is a sexy dip.
I wouldn't say it's extremely sexy.
All right.
But I think it's sexier than spinach dip.
Okay, so
it's now smooth. Spinach dip's got stuff in it,
This is true. Now, when we're talking about smooth dips, I would like to ask you, what do you consider to be the least, if we had to put a Justice League or a Mega Powers grouping of the least sexy dips and spreads? Well, is Cheese Whiz in the discussion?
Cheese Whiz is definitely one of the worst ones, I'd say.
Okay.
I only kind of like it with those little, the handy snacks, little crackers you dip with the cheese. And they used to have the little red plastic stick.
Of course, you peel it off. You get the little, it's like a tiny plastic red 2x4. And because you want to,
on my, I don't eat any vegetables or anything like that. That's
or people.
No.
Imagine that's happening at this sex party. Someone's like, hey, let's get the jar of Cheese Whiz in here.
I'm leaving at that point.
Yeah, that's what you turn. You hear it and you turn and you see Cheese Whiz caked in between someone's ass.
No, I don't want that. You know what else is gross? That's marshmallow spread stuff. You ever see that?
Oh, yeah, when people make Nutter Butter sandwiches.
Gross.
Okay, so a marshmallow spread, not sexy.
No.
All right. Now, would you consider a vat of refried beans to be a spread or a dip?
I'd say that's a dip. I feel like if there's any kind of chunk to it, it's a dip.
Okay, so
maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I'm saying.
Well, we'll leave. Okay, I'm going to engage with the chat here. Let us know if you think a bowl or a vat of refried beans is a dip or a spread. Now, the big question is it one of the least sexy dips?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I feel like we don't want to do a disservice to the sexy dips here. Are there sexy dips? Is it like a chocolate fondue? I feel like people find eroticism in that.
The smoother, the better. So yeah, absolutely.
All right. Is peanut butter?
I'm allergic to peanut butter, so I say no.
Okay. So not sexy at all.
Definitely not.
Okay. So Jason, let's get this out of the way. When I asked you to be on this show earlier this afternoon, did you anticipate that this was going to be our topic of conversation?
100%. Yes.
You did.
I knew it. I don't know how. I just somehow knew.
You felt it. You felt it. That was going to begin with talking about dangling testicles and then into the sexiest of dips.
More balls and boobs and peanut butter for sure.
All right, there we go. We nailed it. Okay, so Jason, look, let's take a sharp turn here.
Okay.
I mentioned off the top that you're a photographer.
Yeah.
Now, I might be wrong here. You primarily take photographs at live pro wrestling events.
Yeah, I also do weddings and stuff like that, but most of the time it's wrestling.
Okay, so we met each other through the very weird and wacky world of pro wrestling. You probably officially met me when I was underage.
I think I've known maybe 15 or 16 years ago. So yes. I don't even know how old you are right now, so I can't say.
I'm 33, and I'm 99% certain that we met when in the year 2005 in one of Montreal's worst bars, Bar Le Break.
Yep, it was Le Break.
Yeah, located in just one of the worst neighborhoods, like a neighborhood full of overpasses. And the Saint, if there's anyone living in Saint Michel, I apologize.
Yeah, I know exactly that. Yeah,
you got that great flea market. That's it. But I met you then when I was probably 17 years old.
Okay, wow, I didn't know that.
There we go. So we're taking, after all this talk about testicles and dips, we're taking a trip down memory lane.
Mm-hmm.
All these years later, you're taking photographs, and I still haven't found a way to find an exit plan from the world of pro wrestling on the independent scale.
That's a long time ago, man.
That's a long, and I feel like you made the right choice, and I continue to make the wrong choice.
Oh, there is no wrong choice. You're doing fine.
You think I'm doing fine?
I do.
Now, this is
I'm at home. I'm
interesting.
not laughing. You're entertaining me. So
You know, sometimes I lay in bed, I go, "What? I did stuck around this wrestling thing for too long. My back hurts and my knees are sore, and I got a lot of had my handful of little concussions and stuff. And then you're there snapping away, and you go to bed nice and comfortable later that night.
no, I'm old, so I'm sore too.
Okay, okay. Now, can I ask you how old you are?
I'm 39.
You're 39. Okay,
Yeah.
I'd like to say that we both look pretty good for our age.
Thanks. I like your beard.
Thank you. Now,
I like it much the longer beard. Good for the gimmick, but I like
it was
this one.
horrible for real life. And I'm going to tell you something. It was horrible for dips and soups.
Absolutely.
People don't know that like 5-6 years ago, I had a beard that went down to here, unkept at all, just scraggly. It was like roots coming out of a tree. It was disgusting.
Yep.
Good for my wrestling persona, terrible for real life. But I'm going to tell you something. I was dating someone at the time, and I recently, we have since went our separate ways. We maintain a nice relationship. I asked them, I said, off the record, be honest, can you tell me, did you have a problem with this beard? And she said, I had no problem with it whatsoever. And then it gave me another thing that I had to reconsider in addition to wrestling. I had this person, I had a disgusting beard. They accepted me. I don't know what I'm doing anymore.
Well, the beard looks great right now.
Well, I'm glad that we've settled on that. I want to ask you, Jason. So you've been taking pictures for quite a while now at the shows.
Yeah, maybe 10 years or so now, at least, I'd say.
Now, people don't realize that it's dangerous because bodies are constantly flying out of the wrestling ring. Have you gotten in any sticky situations while taking photographs, or have you become pretty acclimated from years of watching to know, like, I think this is about to get dicey, but I better peace out here?
I've actually I was fine. I was safe. My camera flash actually kind of saved me. So it was Kobe Durst and Matt Angel.
Yeah.
One of them grabbed the chair, and Matt Angel kind of yanked it from Durst and tossed it. So I'm looking through the viewfinder.
Yeah.
And I can see him holding the chair like through the camera, but then I don't see it anymore. Yeah. And before I knew it, it actually hit me right in the face.
Okay.
Smashed up my my flash. I was fine because I was holding the camera.
Was the
camera
camera
I got hit that
fine?
one time, and camera was okay. The flash was broken though.
Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much did the flash breaking suck in that moment where you're like, God dang it?
Yeah, 100%.
So it
but they took care of it. They paid for it for me. So
okay, that was going to be my next question. Our mutual friend Mark Paulicel, who's been on the show, and I have mocked him mercilessly throughout our entire friendship, and I suspect you have a similar relationship with him in that sense.
I do.
Yeah, he's very easy to ridicule. I was going to ask,
very nice guy,
he's one of the all-time greatest. Sweet. He's as nice as he is sweaty, which is a lot. We can agree on that.
Yeah, sure.
And this
he's
guy
not always sweaty at shows, yes, but not always.
So in regular life, okay, so I'm glad if he's watching right now, he's feeling a lot better about my disparaging comments. You came in and cleaned them up a little bit. And you're telling me that he's like, you know what, we're going to take care of the Flash.
Yep. Him and Steven took care of it for me. It was no problem at all.
Now, earlier on, I had mentioned to you, like, we don't talk about wrestling much on this show. People are oftentimes very unfamiliar with my history, almost 20-year history in the world of wrestling. Now, I would be remiss if I didn't talk about wrestling fans. Do you have any, like, we'll talk specifically about the Ottawa fans. They're quite the cast of characters. Is that fair to say?
Yep.
Now,
for sure. They're always drunk. I'll say that.
Yeah. Of all the crowds that I've wrestled in front of, the Ottawa fans seem to be the ones that are there mostly to get wasted, and the show is secondary.
I wouldn't say it's secondary. I'd say that half and half. Right there, they're about even.
They're right there. Okay, so I ran into a fan once, and I was like, "Oh, I haven't seen you at this." This Ottawa guy was randomly in Montreal. Ran into him on the street. He referred to me by my fake wrestling name, and I was like, "I haven't seen you at the shows in a while." And he goes, Yeah, well, I stopped going once the beer line got long. I
It
thought
is
he was
very long.
joking. I thought he was joking. And I was like, oh. And he's like, see if you can talk to them about that. And I was like, oh, yeah, let's see if I can pull some strings with the beer line so you can have the type of experience you want.
At the new venue, there are 2 beer lines, so they're a little bit short, or I guess same length but quicker now because
Okay, so the drunkards, they're
yep,
they're they're happy and entertained.
happier for sure.
Now,
Yeah.
do you ever get heckled by any of the fans? This is something that I thought about earlier today, because oftentimes, like the periphery characters, the referees, the cameramen, I always wonder, do they ever like, hey, get the F out of the way, you F and MFer?
No, actually, surprisingly, no, not once.
You never get anything?
No, someone asked me if I can get out of the way, and I said no. And that was pretty much the end of it.
Yeah, now that I was gonna ask about that. If anyone ever asks you, hey, F and F'er, let's get the F out of the way. I like that you stood your ground.
No, it's my job.
Yeah.
So while I'm not actually snapping photos, I'll be crouched down, so my top of my head would be kind of visible, but
Yeah.
for the most part, I'm out of the way.
Okay, so you have a good relationship with the fans. Now,
I try to.
as we start to wrap up here, I have to ask. You talked about wrestling shows and weddings and such. Do you think you would accept a job offer to take photographs at a sex party?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay. Now,
Never
do you
pass up
think
a job. Yeah.
now would your rate change in between these three very, very specific jobs?
Yes, I think so. I definitely charge more for the sex party than I would for a wrestling show,
Okay. Now,
especially if there's peanut butter involved.
okay. So let's,
The
of
allergies,
course,
right?
because that's a
Yeah,
dangerous work
exactly.
environment.
Hazard pay right there.
Now, if there's anyone watching who is running a sex party and they would like to have some form of photography, what do you think you would charge to take pictures at a sex party?
It's gonna go by the hour. Photography can be very, very expensive. Sex parties, that's a weird thing.
Okay, let's say a sex,
200
let's
bucks,
say
$200 an hour, I'd say.
$200 an hour. I was going to say, let's say 10 o'clock to 2 a.m. At the end of the night, your camera is full of pictures with dips and testicles.
Also depends on how much work I have to do afterwards. Am I editing them?
Yeah, imagine
Am I
editing all like the
Photoshop these balls.
yeah.
It depends, right? So
Wow. Now,
yeah.
do you feel like you'd quote them for the post-work edits too? Like, if I'm gonna have to be editing all these buttholes, I'm gonna have to
yeah, of
quote them for
course.
this.
I'm not editing buttholes for free. Unless you're a friend of mine, then of course.
Now, that is going to go down as one of the all-time quotes on this show. Quote, I'm not editing buttholes for free.
Glad you like it.
I loved it. I didn't like it. I loved it. Jason, we did it. Your first ever appearance.
I
You
had
just
fun.
nailed it.
I enjoyed it. Thank you.
We didn't plan anything. It just
Nope.
right on the sex parties, right?
That's the best way to do things, I think.
That's
That's the only way to get me to a sex party.
Well, look, Jason, man, I hope I see you soon. If I ever make it back to Ottawa, I'll be sure to see if we can find some local sex parties we can attend.
Absolutely. I'm there. I'll bring my camera.
All right, great. I'm going to bring my cheese whiz. Jason,
All
thanks
right,
so much, and I'll talk soon, buddy.
Take care, buddy.
Take care. That's Jason Barker. Look, if you've got the bingo card out, now some of you might not know, Taylor McMillan, who I referenced earlier, made a bingo card about things that, let's say, come up commonly on this show. Me referencing sexy things is on the bingo card. Now, you don't get to knock that one off because I didn't talk about anything that I think or hypothesize as being sexy. I talked about sex parties, but nothing was referenced to me wondering if they were sexy. So if you check that off, you have to check it back on or off, whichever works. Let's move on to our next guest on the subject of things that are sexy. Let's welcome back from British Columbia, where it is currently 6:32 p.m. This is either a post-dinner conversation or a pre-dinner conversation. It is Racquel Belmonte. Hi, Racquel.
Hi, James. Thank you so much for forgiving me and having me back on your show. What an honor.
Can I just say your microphone sounds great?
Thank you so Oh my God.
Your voice is as smooth as Cheese Whiz.
Stop it. Don't you
won't.
dare with this Cheese Whiz talk.
I won't.
Don't do this to me.
You like Cheese Whiz, Racquel?
I actually do. I didn't grow up eating it. That was actually like that, and like jarred pasta sauce was not something we were really allowed to eat. But as an adult, I tried it. I'm like, this is really good.
Yeah, Cheese
This
Whiz.
is good.
If this is what I like to call a life hack, if anyone has a burnt piece of toast, Cheese Whiz pairs with burnt toast incredibly well.
Can I ask you a question?
Please.
Don't judge me, because I know there might be, I know we're all on the fence with me based off of last week, but how do you feel about burnt toast?
I mean, it's not my first pick, but I think if you're putting some type of spread on it, it's fine. It's fine. Do you like burnt toast, Racquel?
I love burnt toast. I love burnt everything. I like burnt popcorn. I thought maybe you and I would have that just one more thing in common.
Okay,
I'm really grasping at straws
Racquel,
here.
Hold on. We can find a middle ground here. Burnt toast. I will eat it. I like it paired with burnt toast. Is the taste and smell of a seizure for people who don't know. In the culinary world, I'll tell you what, I don't mind my chicken overcooked. I don't mind burnt chicken. Gives it a nice little char. I'm happy with it.
Ooh, the burnt skin. Yummy, yummy. Gimme. Also, this is a pre-dinner conversation, and Rack's a little hungry. So
okay, so before we really get into it, what's for dinner tonight?
I have no idea. It's Masked Singer night, so my family orders dinner on Masked Singer nights.
So you're having takeout.
We're having takeout.
Okay.
Usually it's pizza. Like we'll order Italian pizza, but I don't think that's the case tonight.
Yeah, as opposed to Greek pizza.
Normal pizza. I don't know, like Domino's. That's not Italian pizza.
Domino's you might not know that's actually an Italian last name.
Stop it.
The owner of but it's pronounced Domino.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah. The guy was from Italy.
I hate that.
First, his name was Mr. Domino, first name Josh.
That is, James.
Josh is an Italian name.
It has to be. I wouldn't put it past the Italians for making that their thing.
Yeah.
I can't wait to bring this up at dinner tonight, being like, guys, guess what I learned?
Yeah, this freak from Montreal told me Domino is Italian.
Domino. Okay, I heard Chef Boyardee talk, can't remember when. You did it tonight, right?
It was it was about let's say 20 minutes ago.
Thank God. Okay, good. I was like, if I'm thinking about Chef Boyardee, we might have a problem. They changed the way they say his name to sound more Italian. I'm like, he's not. It's like Boyardee. I'm like, shut the fuck up. It's just say what it is.
This is not gonna reflect kindly on us to the Boyardee people.
Well, come at me.
All right.
No, I can't start another fight online. I feel like I've gotten into too many of those in the past.
Don't worry. So before we get into it, and the subject of fights or controversy, things like that, last week you were here and you brought a variety of, let's call them options of onesies that you wanted to provide to a newborn in your family, and they were all very crass and featured adult themes. The final one was so crass that it needed to be censored due to fear that it would get us in trouble on Twitch. It led to a truly unbelievable moment. You were on edge. I was having a field day picking on you.
Oh yeah. No, that seemed to be the theme of that last chunk of interview between the two of us.
Yeah.
I spiraled, James. I spiraled.
Yeah.
And that's why I want you to know that I chose my bit tonight because I want to show you why I am the way I am.
Sure.
And I feel like we need a little reminder. We need a little reminder. Hey, why did Racquel act that way last week? Let's get back to her very horny roots. Let's learn. I'm literally drinking out of a mug that says "come."
Okay.
You see it? It says
okay, before we get into it, Racquel, have you ever been to a sex party?
Thank you for asking. Holy shit. I was like hoping that would be the first thing. No, but I tried to go to a sex party. Would I have been welcome? Probably not. But I went to Toronto 3 years. When was 2018? When did that happen? It
was 3 years ago.
Thank you. 3 years ago, I was told by somebody, I met a lot of people in that time who were like big into like sex parties and into like kink communities. And I was like, oh, I'm curious about it. And they gave me the name of a sex club, or a club that does sex parties.
Do you remember the name of the club?
I don't, but I went and they weren't having one. And I was so out of place. I'm like this 5 foot like weirdo. I walk in, I'm like, I was with my my two guy friends. And we were
Now,
like,
can I ask, were their testicles dangling?
I didn't see not
Okay.
one set of balls. I didn't see any skin. I didn't see anything. It wasn't happening. But also I was like, oh, everyone here is like very adult and very beautiful. And we're just like a bunch of kids. Like, what's happening?
Yeah.
Where's everyone fucking? Turns out nobody was. And we had to leave to meet someone for dinner.
All right.
So
well, so
it
it's the pursuit and search of a sex club is still elusive to all of us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
I'm curious. I'd love to go to one. Based off of how you guys made it sound, the spread sounds mwah.
Yeah, it sounds like everything you enjoy at a Super Bowl party or a frat party or a tailgate, you can also enjoy at a sex party. I'm sure that somewhere in the city of Montreal right now, an erotic sex party is happening. I have no doubt.
I believe it. You might even know people who are there.
I'm sure I could find a collection of guests that have been on this show that have also been to a sex party in Montreal.
I believe it.
And I think, starting with Dave Kaufman.
That was my number one guess.
Yeah.
I was like, Dave. It had to be Dave.
He showed up leather clad. He had the whole thing going.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder if you can just show up to a sex party, because some of them are like the BDSM kink thing with with the leather. But I wonder if you could just show up to a sex party like this. Like, hey, I want to get fucked, but I also didn't want to put in the
I would say yes.
So.
I would say yes, because it seems like one of those, there's no judgment here. So
yeah,
if
right?
you're going to have no judgment if someone shows up wearing what looks to be Racquel, an enormous hoodie.
Yep.
I think that's fine, right?
Yeah. I also haven't showered.
Hold on.
Like,
can I get this again? This is a giant hoodie.
I like wearing really big things.
Yeah.
I like wearing very big. I like wearing very big clothes.
You know, can I not? The hoodie reminds me of, when you go to the grocery store and you get a russet potato before you take it and clean it. That's what that hoodie looks like, a russet potato.
Thank you for saying that. Any opportunity to get compared to a potato, I'll take. This is pink. This is like a dusty rose. Does it look brown to you?
From our perspective, it looks like it's a potato colored.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'd love for the chat to weigh in. Look at me talking about the chat as if I understand how that works.
We've been talking about sex parties. This was a subsidiary of your, quote, horny roots. Racquel, why are you here tonight?
Well, like I said, I feel like I have a lot to prove tonight. I behaved in a way that was questionable to your viewers and to you. I disappointed you, I think, and I don't want to do that.
Racquel, I was not disappointed.
James, I brought a onesie that a baby was modeling with a giant erect dick on it. I think we can all agree there was a little bit wrong with that.
What I refer to as a GED.
GED. Wait, giant erect dick. Oh. Sorry. Today is not a good brain day.
Racquel, you're good. Don't worry, Racquel.
Anyway, I thought, hey, I would love, you got to know me a little bit last week. Now I really love for you to finish getting to know me, if that's even possible.
I think it's more than possible. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm open to it.
Okay, wonderful. So as you know, I have brought 5 more characters that have cartoon characters that had awakened me sexually as a child. See, even that sounded, I'm trying. I'm a work in progress.
This is still less questionable than last week.
Yeah. Also, I didn't buy any of those onesies for my niece, in case the people were wondering. What was that guy's name? Like Cum Pond, or that guy in the chat, what was it, like Pump?
Oh, right.
Pump
Yeah, there was a person
something?
also with a very questionable username. I haven't seen him since. You might have a fan, Racquel.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, I've created a monster. Anyway.
You've started an army of pervs.
Oh, that sounds worse than what's worse than
Hold
one
on, that's a
perv.
pretty good segment idea. Racquel Belmonte
Oh,
in the army of pervs. Okay, great. We got a special Saturday episode on tap. Racquel, this is the second edition of you bringing cartoon characters that awokened your sexuality.
yes.
Okay, great.
Yes.
So we're going to see these on screen in a matter of moments. Now, can I ask, are we going from 5 to 1 or 1 to 5?
We'll do 1 to 5.
Great. So
Yeah, we'll do 1 to 5.
Let's begin with number 1. I'm very excited. I can't believe last time you were here, you had about 12. I didn't know there would be more.
Yeah.
We have the image. This is looks to see some Disney dog, I'm guessing.
That's the tramp from Lady and the Tramp. Now, I just want to go on record here to say that, excuse me, I just burped out my bubbly. I'd love to go on record to say I'm not like sexually attracted to animals. I actually think that's not.
Well, I was going to say we're beginning with some semblance of bestiality.
Yeah, but like, hear me out. It's more of a metaphor. Like the tramp was a metaphor for like this like rugged hot man. I think what I love the most about him is that he was just like, he did his own thing. I can't remember Lady and the Tramp at all. Like, ask me what the plot was. I cannot remember, but I do remember how he made me feel. Yeah, I may as well have not seen it. I don't even remember the plot.
You like what this dog represents?
Yes, I like what he represents. I like that he's kind of an asshole and he takes off when he wants. I'm like, yeah, he fucks and then he fucks off.
Now I was gonna say that this dog sounds like me until you brought up the sex acts.
Yeah, so yeah. Okay, what part sounds like you?
Kind of like he does his own thing. He doesn't care. He's kind of a bleep hole, stuff like that, you know?
Do you really think you're a bleep hole?
No, I think some people might think I am, but I think I'm sweet as candy.
I think you're sweet as pie. There's that.
Thank you, Racquel. I appreciate that.
I don't know what.
Hold on. Book Racquel for next week immediately after this show. Okay, great. So this is the number 1 image. We're going to move on to the next one.
Wait, I would love to say one more thing about him. I think the best move that I have ever seen anyone do to anybody is that spaghetti move. Right. I, as an adult woman, would love for that to happen. I never say never. You just so happen to get the same one and then you like and you kiss. Oh, that's so cute. I'm a hopeless romantic, James. I might be horny as shit, but I'm also like equally as like, oh, I love.
Look, I think that's totally fine. I think that's totally fine. You're entitled to that.
Thank you. Anyways, that's all I have to say about him. Shall we move on?
Please, I'm ready.
All right, let's do it. I think his name is Max from Goofy movie.
Now, a Goofy movie I've seen.
Yes. Goofy's son. Holy shit. I remember watching that when it first came out and was like, oh my God, what's his deal? And had to remind myself, Racquel, you dumb idiot. That's a cartoon. And his dad's Goofy.
Yeah, see, this was the Disney movie that came out in the mid-90s.
Yeah, right?
Very hip, very cool. I saw this movie in theaters, and I can assure you that nothing arousing happened to me.
Good for you. I guess you're better than most of us, because the girl in this too was also like a big she was pretty. I can't remember her name, but this guy, I remember, okay, this has nothing to do with him, but the pizza in that movie, I remember it looked so good. Do you remember the pizza? How it was just like very cheesy and like drippy, also very sexual now that I think about it.
Is it possible that Disney was pumping erotic undertones into their movies?
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, Walt Disney's a little pig, I think.
Oh, okay. So now we're getting into trouble with the Boyardi people and the Walt Disney people. Okay, Racquel.
Come get me, Walt Disney, you dead piece of shit. Oh my God.
Yes, it's spelled C-U-M, probably, right? I can't believe what's happening to me here.
I love it. I'm here for it.
All right. So
by the end of this, you'll say it instead of spelling it.
I don't know. We're going to see.
We'll see. Do you have anything else to say about him, or you're not attracted to him?
I'm not attracted to this cartoon character with horrible teeth.
That sucks for me.
Anyways.
Well, okay. Shall we?
Yes, we're moving on to our third image.
Skinny Hercules.
Okay, Skinny Hercules, which was my email address in high school.
What?
Only in my dreams. We're moving on to Skinny Hercules here.
Oh,
Now,
listen.
this I see this one. I see this.
Yeah. Yeah, mama likey. I watched Hercules recently. Last year when I got Disney Plus and my family and I were watching movies every day probably. We watched Hercules. And I couldn't help but think, holy shit, I used to be attracted to big buff Hercules. I love Skinny Hercules. Skinny Hercules is probably the most accurate to the type of man that I find myself attracted to.
Okay, tell me why what about this specific Skinny Hercules gets the motor going?
Because he's super tall and he's got good hair and he's still like, okay, you can't see it in here, but he has really nice legs. I'm a sucker for men's legs.
Okay.
I have no problem objectifying men's legs. There, I said it.
Go for it. Come
for me. I love men's legs and I love men's bums.
Okay.
And I think it may have started somewhere somewhere along that journey.
Okay, one second, Racquel. Now I'm going to write an idea down. What do you think about the a best buns episode? Would you want to be some type of judge on best buns?
Yes. That's my dream. That's my, people dream of being discovered and becoming famous. I dreamt of judging an ass contest.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love.
Okay, hold on. Change name to ass contest.
I was trying so hard not to laugh at ass contest, but
I like it. I think it's a good name. Okay. So young Hercules or Skinny Hercules.
Skinny Hercules, same age. He was 18.
So he falls in line with what you enjoy when it pertains to guys.
Yeah, for the most part.
Okay.
For the most part. I feel like my taste is pretty open, but this is what I find myself like, oh, what's happening? I'm naked. No, it's not that aggressive, but it's pretty aggressive.
But it can be. There's no judgment for me. You be as aggressive as you want.
Yeah, fine. I'll be aggressive. Would love for him to be a real person. Also, he sings that song I really like. I think it's called Go the Distance. I can sing it, but we'll save that for another show.
I'm going to tell you, I had never heard of this character until moments ago.
You got to look up the song and you'll fall in love too. Shall we move on?
We shall. Let's move on to our second picture here as things get apparently more arousing.
Oh God, Simba, that big boy. He's a big boy. And I love
now again, this one I know from The Lion King, great flow, great hair volume. He's again, a lot of animals tonight.
Not on purpose. Again, I want to reiterate, I do not want to fuck any of the animals you have seen on your screens tonight.
But you'd understand why people might think that.
Oh, totally. But I would love for people to look deep down within themselves and think, why would she? And that's correct. Why would she? No, I like the idea that they represent, as you said. They're like metaphors. Can I tell you something about this Simba?
Mm-hmm.
So my ex-boyfriend and I, whenever the new Lion King came out, when was that? Like 2 years ago?
I didn't even know there was a new one.
Oh, James, you gotta get on the train. I don't know where the train's going, but
I'll tell you something about this train. I don't watch TV shows. I don't watch movies. I don't know any of the new artists. I don't know nothing about anything anymore.
That's okay. I only know Billie Eilish and I pretend I know everything else. So
okay. Well, I know the bad guy. I'm familiar with the bad guy.
The song. I was like, I'm the bad guy. I'm like, is the bad guy a new rapper? Like, who the fuck is this?
That's my rapper name.
The bad guy. I love that, but the bad guy.
Yeah, the bad guy. Yeah, there we go. Back to Simba here. Back to Simba.
So my ex-boyfriend and I, we went to go watch The Lion King, the brand new one. And Donald Glover's so fucking hot. Okay, so Donald Glover plays Simba when Simba becomes an adult man. Yeah. So I remember we were just sitting watching, like very normal, like, haha, this is so good. Hakuna Matata comes on. And famously in Hakuna Matata, Simba goes through puberty and turns into adult Simba.
Yeah. Also, one of notoriously the most annoying songs of all time.
It is until that happens, I think, because I agree. Hakuna Matata is very whatever. Yep. Fine. We've heard it. whatever.
Mhm.
But when Donald Glover came out of the bushes and was like, it means it, like, it was just so raspy and
Yeah.
so hot, I could not help myself. So my ex is sitting here and some random woman, maybe my age, was sitting next to me, didn't look or talk to her the whole time. I was like, to both of their legs, I was like, oh, this is a real story.
Okay.
Both of them, the woman next to me burst out laughing and she couldn't stop laughing the entire movie. I heard her saying to her friend, did you see that? Oh my God, that was oh my God, that girl actually like thought that was hot, blah, blah, blah. And my ex was like, that was so embarrassing. Why would you do that? Was so loud. That was
I
so
was
loud. I'm
worried
like,
you were about to say, I was worried you were about to say it turned into a sex party.
I wish. God, are you kidding me? I only date prudes.
All right.
No, I'm joking. No,
I'm sure if they're watching, maybe their feelings are hurt. If not, that's fine.
Nah, no, he's fine.
All right.
We're fine. We're
All
fine.
right, well,
Anyways,
I'm glad to
Simba,
hear that.
big juicy.
Yeah, yeah, we got big juicy here. So we're about to move on to our next image. This is the most arousing of them all.
Yes.
All right, I'm ready for this.
Lola Bunny.
Lola. Okay, so this is this. I feel like this bunny went through. Is there a controversy with this bunny recently where they were upset that it was it too sexy or not sexy enough?
They got rid of her tits, her crop top, her ass. They made her just look normal. She has like spandex shorts under her regular fitting shorts. So they made her not like this. I was gonna say they made her not hot, but she's still hot.
Yeah,
but like this,
like, I'm gonna tell you, when I see this one, the word that comes into my mind is vixen.
In like a good way.
Maybe with 3 X's.
Oh yeah, capital X's.
Yeah. Like the pornography.
Like porn, exactly. Yes. I remember watching this movie as a child and recently, but and it was interesting watching it as an adult and having those feelings come back. Watching it as a child, I was like, whoa, she knows how to use everything. She knows what she's doing. I want what she has.
Sure.
I want to be cool like her. Like, look how fucking hot she is. Yeah, I remember freaking out about it.
Okay.
Being like, oh, I want what she has. Like, I want to look like a sexy bunny.
Yeah.
But it wasn't even like what she looked like. It was her attitude. She was so cool. And she was so like, yeah, fuck you. But she never said fuck you, bugs. But
Racquel, I think
her attitude.
We're sensing a theme with a lot of these. It's this devil may care attitude about, I don't care what you think. I'm going to do whatever I want. I'm going to do my own thing.
Yeah.
That's what I'm sensing. Now, not to turn this into deep analysis here while we have pictures of voluptuous bunny rabbits on screen.
Hubba.
Is this something that you might be looking for in a potential suitor, or is this something you want to acquire for you?
That's a very excellent question.
And then the other question is, maybe the person you're looking for is you.
Holy shit. I'm not going to have to go to therapy ever again. I think you fixed me.
Well, look, I am an improv teacher.
And hey, what's the equivalent to an improv teacher? A therapist.
Exactly. Yeah. People, if you can't afford a therapist, just take a 7-week improv class.
It will fix everything. And then fuck
everything
else up.
Yeah. That's the thing. It'll maybe fix one thing. And then just like, it's when you see those medicine ads on daytime TV, caution. Also cause
It's so true.
Yeah.
It's so true.
But maybe this is what you're looking for, Racquel.
You know what I will say, James? I am very, I like to think anyway, I'm very in control. Oh, no, I am. I'm very in control of like my sexuality and I'm very open about it. And I'm very like,
you don't say. The person who brings the GED on a show.
Okay, I thought maybe we wouldn't bring that up again because I acknowledge it was a mistake. And usually when we acknowledge and move forward from mistakes, we don't really bring them up again. But if you have to do it, you have to do it.
That's not how real life works.
Why not though? You know what I mean? Let's make that happen. Anyways.
I don't think it's a mistake. I think it was a lovely moment.
Thank you very much.
Hmm.
What was that saying? Oh, very sad. Yeah, I am very. I don't want to use the word like boss. Like I'm very like dominant, I think,
Yeah.
as a person and as a romantic partner. I think that's
Hmm.
just what. But I think you're right. I would love to find somebody who is like that.
Hmm.
But I don't care to find them right now. Baby girl just wants, I call myself baby girl. Baby girl just wants to have fun
Look,
at a sex party
look.
in that place in
I'll tell you
Toronto
what.
that was
I'll tell you what.
closed.
Baby girl wants to have fun. Baby girl should go have fun. I say do whatever you need to do, baby girl.
I hate this. All of a sudden, everything just was like, no, 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 no. Don't.
Listen, baby girl, I think it's time you said yes, 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 yes.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want anyone to take what I just said out of context.
Do it. Take it out of context.
Someone's going to watch this. I heard this James guy saying, come on, baby girl, just say yes, 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 yes. And it's like, just watch the full interview before these people get the torches out.
Meh. But anyways, yeah, I think you're right. I think there's a little bit of a lot of what you said happening here.
I'm getting another idea. James gives therapy to his guests. That's a good idea for a show. I got to find my most messed up guests.
Yeah. Well, I feel like I think I'm on top 5 for sure.
All right, hold on. Book Racquel for therapy show.
Thank God I don't have enough money for my own therapy this month. You got a what?
Full notebook with your name on it, baby girl.
Yes! That was so loud. Sorry, I'm still getting used to this beautiful mic. Hello.
Your levels are fine. Racquel, before we let you go, I have a quick question for you.
Yeah.
Now, I have not spoken to him in almost 2 weeks. Are you in touch with Connor Rose by chance? Because I cannot get a hold of him.
I tried messaging him a few times actually. I actually haven't heard anything from him since his birthday. No.
Okay.
Remember I said I would phone him and read
your poem to him.
Which I thought, now I'm embarrassed because I got so vulnerable and now I'm just like, oh, what was the point? Like that was
no, because I can't get a hold of him either. So either he's ghosting us or I have cause for concern.
Have you, okay. When was his birthday? A month ago?
Birthday was about 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. Okay. Well, I would wait for week 3 and maybe time to file an NPR.
Well, how about this? Let me know if he gets in touch with you because I'm starting to get just a little bit worried.
Yeah, no, I will. And you do the same. Also, if you do end up talking to him, let me know where I stand.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you're looking for someone dominant and confident, Connor Rose is your man.
Jesus Christ.
Racquel, thanks so much for being here tonight. We did it. We're in the clear.
We did it. We're in the clear.
Thanks so much, and I'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
That's Racquel Belmonte, folks. What a treat. As always, look, Connor Rose, if you're out there or if someone who knows Connor is out there, I don't know if his dad Carl is watching or maybe his mom Karen, perhaps his sister Anna or his other sister Carmen, let me know where Connor is because he hasn't been on the show. I've been wanting to get him on. I like to check in with the guy. Love Connor. Connor, wherever you are, let us know. Before we move on, I want to let you know we're going to be back just like we were on Monday, just like we were on Wednesday, this coming Friday, 9 p.m. Who's going to be here? Dimitri Kierez is going to be here along with so much more. Twitch.tv/@home-with-James. For your mom, dad, your auntie, uncle, brother, sister. What's that?
Pull the show over.
All right.
Pull over.
Okay. All right. Onto the shoulder of the website?
Yeah.
All right. I don't know what this is about.
Hello?
Yeah, is there a problem, officer?
Yeah, firstly, I don't think the audience heard me before, but that's okay.
Yeah, well, yeah, Well, you told me to pull over.
I told you to pull over,
Website?
pull the show over, and you did, so I appreciate that. Thank you.
Was there something wrong, officer?
1 second. License and registration.
Okay, well, my Twitch registration or
Your show registration for
show
the...
Oh, well, I can email that to you right now.
Sure, yeah, I've got a mobile device. Please email it to me.
Right. Was there something wrong?
Do you know how fast you were going?
Do I know how fast I was going?
Yeah, you were traveling on the internet superhighway, correct?
I thought I was going the speed limit.
This show is a digital show traveling over the internet, right?
I'm very. I was under the understanding that I was going the speed limit, as I always do.
Yeah.
Officer. Mm-hmm.
Well, you're going a little fast.
Well, I'm sorry. Well, I'm sure it won't happen again.
You're going 50 megabits.
Oh, yeah. You know what? You're right. That is fast. Yeah. So
Pretty fast. This
you know
is
what?
a.
Frankly, I'm glad that you pulled me over as well.
This is a 56K zone.
This is a 56K zone.
This is you're traveling in a 56K zone.
I'm gonna let you know, officer.
It's residential.
I wasn't aware the 56K zone still existed.
Oh, some parts of the country they still exist. Yeah.
Okay, I understand.
So as you can see, you were traveling 100 times the speed limit.
Okay, well,
Maybe even more.
more than that?
Could have been more than that.
Look, sometimes I get ahead of myself. I'm having a good time and I lose a little control on.
Having a good time, are you? You been drinking tonight, sir?
Only tea.
Only tea?
Mm-hmm.
Your eyes, they seem a little dilated.
I'm just a little nervous. This is the first time this has happened.
You been smoking any marijuana?
No. The only thing I smoke is meat.
Is that a joke?
Uh,
Or do you smoke meat?
No, you're
Like
right.
a person
That
would
was
smoke cigars.
No, that
Was it a joke, or do you smoke meat like a person would smoke cigars?
No, you're right. That was a bad attempt.
No, I'm asking. I don't know.
No, I was talking about the smoked meat, the food.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
But you don't smoke that, do you?
No, I meant smoke as in put it in a smoker. I don't know. I don't poke it or smoke it. No.
Okay. Sometimes jokes are lost on me.
Right. I shouldn't be making jokes at a time like this. I apologize, officer.
It's okay. It's okay.
No, I assure you, I'm not under any type of influence. I haven't partaken in any substance.
Where are you headed tonight?
I don't think your flashlight is on.
Yeah, well, it's digital.
What's a digital? Yeah, it doesn't turn on.
It's digital. Where are you headed tonight?
Right now I'm in the middle of a show.
Right. Well, narratively in the show, where are you headed?
Where am I narratively? About to hit the peak and wrap things up, probably in 5 or 10 minutes.
You in a rush or something?
No, I'm not in a rush. I'm just nervous. I'm not in a rush.
Okay.
5 or 10 minutes? Would you prefer 15?
15 would be better.
All right. So I could be anywhere in between 10 and 15.
All right, let me run your plates.
All right. This guy's scaring me.
You live around here?
Do I live around the 56K zone? No, I don't. Well, I live in a home.
An old folks home?
No, I don't live in an old folks home. No, I live in an apartment by myself.
All right.
Actually.
Okay.
What about you?
Me? I live in a small house with my family.
Okay. All right.
Officer Domino.
Your last name is Domino?
Yeah.
Oh, you must be Italian.
Yeah, I'm Italian.
What's your first name?
I prefer not to say.
Oh, come on, you can tell me. You know my first name. I gave you everything.
Well, yeah, I could tell you. It's John.
John?
John, yeah.
Wow. I was hoping for Josh.
Why is that?
There's no reason. I shouldn't.
Something funny? Did I miss a joke again?
Oh, I was just thinking about a joke that I mentioned earlier on in the narrative of the show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's an old system. Sometimes it takes a while to pull up the.
Right. Okay. Oh, so you might be getting to the show a little late.
Got an old computer system at the precinct.
Okay. Well, how's your night going tonight, officer?
It's quiet. Too quiet.
Okay, right, yeah. Well, this must have spiced your night up a little bit.
Just a routine stop.
Okay.
All right. Well, checked your plates.
Everything's clear?
Everything's okay. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And I'm going to let you off the warning.
Just a warning? Well, I really appreciate that, officer.
It's no problem.
Yeah.
You need anything?
Do I need anything?
Yeah.
I got to tell you, I've never had anyone in law enforcement asking me if I need anything.
Well, trying to get a better name for the cops,
Okay.
You good?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. How about you?
I'm all right.
How's your home life?
It's tough.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably difficult. It's a stressful job. I understand. I had a pretty stressful job.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. To be honest, I mean, if it's okay to confide in you, I had a pretty stressful job.
Hey, you just said that.
I guess you're right. I did say it twice.
All right. Well,
You need anything?
I'm good. Thank you. I appreciate it.
You sure?
You should replace the tail light of your show. It's out.
Oh, it's out. Okay.
And there's kind of a little bit of buffering.
Yeah.
That
Okay. I noticed that. Yeah. Well, thanks for letting me know.
Hey, no problem. And stay safe out there. It's
I will. Yeah.
you're in a bad neighborhood right now.
This is a bad neighborhood, the 56K zone, the residential 56K
Well, this zone's
zone.
fine, but a couple blocks south is the dark web.
I'm right around the dark web.
Yeah.
You ever go in there?
Calls there all the time. Yeah.
Really? What happens in there?
Rough stuff. Things
stuff?
I've seen
Yeah.
keep me up at night.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, I used to have a pretty stressful job. That would keep
Yeah,
me up
you've
at night.
said that a couple of times.
I just wanted to. I guess you're right. I did say it.
You want me to ask what you're prying for me to ask you
No,
what you
no,
used
it's
to
fine.
do?
It's fine. Oh, I mean, if you care.
What'd you do?
Well, I used to be the artistic director at an improv theater.
Oh yeah, it sounds rough.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's much tougher than policing
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
dark web.
You ever pull over anyone doing online improv?
Well,
Probably
we get a lot of
Probably get a lot of
complaints.
complaints.
Yeah, we get a
Yeah.
lot of complaints about that.
Yeah. Yeah. What are some of the complaints people call in with?
Hokey.
Hokey, yeah.
Yeah. No real connection.
Yeah.
Group games suck.
What's that now?
The group games,
Oh, the group games, they suck.
they suck.
You've been giving out a lot of tickets for online improv?
A few more than I'd like, yeah. Although
Yeah.
keeps the quota up for the month.
Okay.
Improvisers, they love doling out money.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I used to be a teacher.
Artistic
too.
director of an improv theater. Oh,
Well,
sorry,
yeah,
I
that's
thought you
true.
were going to say the
Also,
same thing again.
I also used to facilitate work, so I know what it's like when you got to, drop the hammer every now and then.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, you and me are not too different, I guess.
yeah, all right, buddy.
All right, so
No, I'm going to send you on your way,
All right.
and stay safe.
Yeah,
Stay
all right.
warm.
Well, yeah, I appreciate it, officer.
Stay off the dark web,
Yeah.
and yeah, that's it.
All right. Well, I appreciate the understanding and the warning.
All right, take
officer.
care of yourself.
You take care too.
Yeah, bye.
That was a close one. This show almost went into the dark web. Wow. I got to tell you, that was the most thrilling thing that's happened to me in a long time. You don't need sex parties when you're getting pulled over. That's what gets the motor going. That's what gets the heart pumping. That officer Domino, he wasn't a bad guy. I was hoping his name was Josh, but Whatever. Folks, that's our show. I want to thank Jason Barker for being here, Racquel Belmonte, of course, the internet law enforcement. We are going to be back this Friday, as I was saying. Dimitri Kiras is going to be here, so let some people know. We had a nice, lively crowd tonight, and I love that. It puts my heart in a place of happiness that it otherwise wouldn't be. And I can't believe I'm signing off with that statement. Folks, I am James. You are you. We were here. Good night, goodbye, farewell, and of course, be well.